go.
This is Einhänder, a game that I've had since childhood. Ever heard of it? Well, that's what I'm here for. Out of all the games getting remakes and remasterings nowadays, I feel like this needs to be one of them. So it's time to shine the spotlight on Einhänder. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I only took 1 year of German. 5 years ago. Einhänder came out in 1998 on the PlayStation 1, developed by Square, who then became Square Enix. Yes, the same guys who brought us Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, and Parasite Eve. This game, however, isn't an RPG. It's a shoot-'em-up in the same style as Gradius. The story is that there was this great war between the lunar colony of Selene and Earth. You play as an unnamed pilot tasked with a reconnaissance-turned-suicide mission to attack the tyrannical regime ruling Earth. There's more to it than that, but it's all in the manual, which I've lost along with the original CD case. The controls are simple. D-pad to move, R2 and L2 control your speed, square fires your main gun, and X shoots your gun pod. Gun pods are weapons that you steal from enemies after you defeat them, and range from chain guns, to rocket launchers, to a frickin' lightsaber. Pressing circle switches the gun pod up and down, which changes its angle or function. For example, the Wasp shoots weak homing missiles when it's on top, and direct powerful missiles when it's on the bottom, like Samus' side B in Smash. Fun fact, Einhänder means single hand or one-handed, in reference to the manipulator arm that you use to wield the gun pods. If you're skilled enough, you can also punch enemies and deflect bullets with it. When you start the game, you're given 3 ships to play as: the Estrella, which uses 2 weapons at once, the Endymion Mark II, which lets you use 3 gun pods using L1 and R1 to switch between them, and the Mark III, which only lets you use 1 gun pod at a time, but it makes your shots stronger. Mastering the use of gun pods is important, since some weapons are better for certain situations. This game is pretty difficult. Not quite bullet hell level of intense, but hard enough that I've never actually beaten this game. Yeah, I know what you're saying. How can you talk about this game when you haven't even beaten it? Well, I have tried. I've gotten good enough that I can beat the first 2 stages without dying, but past that it's just walls of enemies with closed-in environments. Plus you don't have a health meter or shield, it's one shot and you're dead. You only get 10 continues and 3 lives, and despite my best efforts, I've only made it to the start of the 5th stage. I've heard the Japanese version has a free mode where you can just keep playing and not worry about lives or continues. It disables your score, but who really cares about scores nowadays? The American version has this too, but you have to beat the game first to unlock it. Like I said, I've tried. Anyway, let's shift gears and talk about the graphics. For a PlayStation game, the design of the stages, enemies, and weapons are really good. The textures are well detailed, and animations are on point. A great technical feature in this game is that you can target specific parts of enemies. You can strip their armor, knock out their engines, or destroy their weapons. Yeah, you lose out on a gun pod, but at least they can't shoot you with it. It makes fighting bosses interesting because you can defeat them in a myriad of different ways. The special effects are cool too. You really feel the impact of the hit sparks, weapon fire, and explosions. Still better looking than the Mighty No. 9 trailer. Plus, the soundtrack for this game is freaking awesome. The composer is a man by the name of Kenichiro Fukui, famous for arrangements of several of the Final Fantasy games. I've been playing it in the background, but now I'm gonna turn it up. You gotta hear this. As you can see, Einhänder left a pretty big impression on me. Every once in a while I play it again just to see how far I can get. Now, admittedly shoot-em-ups like these are a very niche kind of game nowadays, and Square Enix may not have the license to it anymore, but if they did, tell me a remake wouldn't kick ass. New weapons, more stages, high-def graphics. I think with a little bit of polish, this gem could shine again. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Leave comments, I'd love to hear your opinions. Also, I've been trying to stay away from asking for likes and subscribes, but if you could, that would just be so awesome. And if you watch some of my other videos, you'd be the best. So thank you so much for watching this. If you stuck with it until the very end, you're pretty good. Until next time, see you later.